What's up again, everybody? It's Mike Ghebray. Just had a message that I wanted to get out here, something that I was thinking about, and something that I think may help someone out there or people out there. Move this camera. So there's a cliche saying out there, a lot of cliche sayings out there, but obviously the more I move in life, the more I realize that nothing is cliche. Any saying that's out there is full of wisdom if you're ready to really hear it. Not just hear it audibly, but actually internalize it and digest that message. So the one I have for today is that I've heard people say, and I say, that life is the greatest teacher. Life is the greatest teacher, and I know you've heard that as well. So I'm going to speak on this because I used to be a teacher. For those of you who don't know that, I was a teacher, but I'm going to compare my situation as a teacher to life being your teacher because it's very, very similar and eye-opening when you pay attention to what's going on. So when I was teaching, or I would teach a new lesson or a new lecture or something like that, there were, some of the students got it, some of the students didn't get the new lesson. So life is like that too. Some people get it, they run with it. We all know who those people are. That's not what I'm addressing here today. I'm addressing the ones that did not get it. The ones when I taught a lesson or taught a lecture or something, they didn't get it. Within that category of didn't get it, there's multiple categories. So I'm going to go over two of them. The first one are the people that they're not really concerned with totally understanding the lesson. They just know that they're confused somewhere and they're working hard to figure out why they can't do what it is you ask them to do. So they're asking questions, they're trying to solve the problem, they're asking the people around them how they got that answer, and they're working with faith that they will get it if they just do what they're supposed to do. If they continue to work and continue to ask questions along the way, they'll get it. 9 times out of 10, they do end up getting it because I'm able, as a teacher, I'm able to figure out exactly what it is they don't understand and work them through that specific area, work through that area with them so that they get it. And they pretty much handle every lesson like that. So they may not have gotten it right away, but they do end up getting it eventually. So that's 50% of the ones that say, I don't get it. The other ones that don't get it are the ones that you teach a lesson and they're either distracted or they're not really confident in that subject. So they're not paying attention. They're not really engaged in the lesson. They don't ask any questions. They look like they understand, or they're trying to look like they understand. Then they wait till the end when the lesson is done. All the people who wanted help have gotten help, and they raise their hand and they say, I didn't get it. And as a teacher, naturally, you're going to say, what part did you not understand? You want to know specifically where they need help. Life is the same way. But these people don't tell you this part or this I didn't get. They say, I didn't get any of it. I didn't get the whole thing. I didn't get any of it. I don't understand any of it. But they didn't ask any questions as you're going, or even work with the other students as they're confused and working out their issues. They just sat back and watched. And then when people are going and getting it, now they want individual attention. They want the lesson retaught. As a teacher, that's pretty frustrating, but generally those kids end up not getting it. You can't reteach every lesson. So life is this way. Now, it's up to you to determine which student you're being. So in life, if there's something, and I'll use wholesaling as an example. If you are looking to get into wholesaling, there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of different teachers. There's a lot of different ways to do it, a lot of methods. But overall, it's a pretty straightforward thing. Now, there's the people that get it and are doing it. We see them. However, there's the people who are not quite there yet. They don't have their first deal, and that's the ones I'm focusing on today. If you're one of the ones that doesn't have your first deal, but you're moving, you're doing something, you have faith that you will figure it out. You're getting questions answered as you go. You're taking steps to progress your business or just your knowledge base with wholesaling, you will get there. Not only that, the universe and people will help you because you're trying to help yourself. Just like the students that work and try to understand where their problem is, why they don't get it, but they're willing to work with the teacher and work with other students, they'll get there. You will get there. Now, the other people who are sitting on the sideline and watching people do it, watching people make money, don't believe that that can be them, are not asking any questions, are not actively engaged in building their business or trying to get their first wholesale deal, but they're going to every website and every person and saying, how do you wholesale? Where do you get started? I don't know where to start. There's not a lot of people, if you go to these websites, there's not a lot of people really answering that person because they can't go back. How do you answer the question of how do you wholesale? That's for you to find out. There's a lot of information out there, but they're not going to go back and tell you how to do the business from A to Z when they had to learn, however they learned. It took them time and effort and energy and money to do that. They're not going to come and they can't come and spell it out for you because they see that you don't have the desire enough to start and go and fall and get up and tell them where you fell, because they're going to ask you, what do you need help with? Where are you at? What did you do? What part don't you understand? And if your answer is, I don't understand any of it, can you just tell me where to start? You're not going to get any help. And that's not to be mean, but it's very frustrating for someone who works so hard to come back and try to teach you the whole thing. It's almost impossible. Life doesn't do that. People aside, life doesn't do that. Life gives to the person that's trying, to the person that's working, to the person that's putting in effort and has faith that they can figure it out. Even if they don't know everything, they're going to try and have faith that life will meet them halfway. So what kind of student of life are you? If you get it right away, great, go do it. If you don't get it, are you the one that works or the one that just sits back, waits, and then wants individual attention and someone to spoon feed them everything from the beginning to the end? That one will not make it. So this message is really for anyone who has not gotten it but is working on getting it. Just take that message, make sure that you're the one that is working and not the one sitting back and making excuses and doesn't have faith. All right? So until the next time, I love you guys. Peace. Go get it.